going to try to further do some more smoothing here. So this is what I should be checking to see if it's working. And it might be a good idea to change the orientation of the controls so that we're moving along the surface of her skin rather than up and down. So I'll see whether that might be a simple resolution. It's not bad. The influence is pretty high up there. We're better off than where we started. Let me check from here. Select these controls, both of them, and go around like this. Yeah, this is a good pose to look at. Do a little bit more reparative work just for some more evenness. Let me see if I can find a culprit. Could be repaired. Yeah. Some more smoothing on the root. Okay, just to help myself along the way, I'm going to go to build pose and do a mirror so we can see some updates. Go apply and then go back to my controls. Try to simulate that again. Yeah, so we can get this. Do some more cleanup. Yeah, a lot of these geometries, they fight back, so you just have to keep smoothing and you'll see things will turn out well. But sometimes you just feel like you're not getting anywhere when you're smoothing, and you just really have to oscillate back and forth between the influencing joints, and things will get better. Okay, that's not bad. Do a little bit more movement. Yeah, one side definitely looking a lot better than the other. And get this corner. I was initially a little disappointed about how few skin clusters it did, but I think it's better than nothing. I like that we have at least some degree of layering with these skin clusters, because this would have been a lot more difficult if every single time I'm adding and subtracting, it's looking for a whole bunch of face joints to reassign to. So definitely try out the multi-skin cluster. It'll make your life easier as far as when it comes to painting skin weights. All right, let me Mirror the results and run this test again. It's definitely better. Definitely want to touch this central part up a bit more. As if I was to use these controls in the UI, I would come here and also do a little bit of moving back so that the character doesn't go too far off model, which it would be if I just move straight up. So yeah, this isn't a bad start for the brow. And at least we cleared up that weird lumpiness that is happening up there. We have acceptable brow behavior. Still feel like I could give some more here. So I'm giving some more to the root. And then just smoothing it out. I think that's the bigger problem now, that root. These ones, the distribution is not bad. Yeah, I'll take this type of forehead movement. And the root, yeah, not so much, but good enough. So always take your character design into consideration. Consider what it's supposed to be doing as opposed to what you expect it to be doing just because it's an anthropomorphic character. If you've done some weird stylized designs, you can't expect behavior that perfectly mimics human behavior. Okay, do one more mirror and okay, so let's move on to the next issue, and if we have to, we'll come back to these brows. But I think for now, the major issues are resolved, and we have a somewhat properly functioning brow. I'm doing a little bit more management of this by just reducing the influence that it has as it goes higher. So I'm subtracting from each and every one of these. And it's reassigning them to the root cluster up top. So it's good. All right, but I just wanted to make sure they all are reaching to about the same level of influence up the forehead. Yeah, so this amount of subtraction, yeah, all of them are now at about the same level. All right, stopping at a good, about the same spot. Yeah, nobody's overextending, and that's a good thing. So that's just some last bit of a polish that I wanted to do. I'll mirror that. Do one more thing. Go here set to 0.1 so I can catch the strays. Yeah, some more up there misbehaving. And here too. Yeah, that's up there too. We set it to an even more aggressive value so I can really see these things. Yeah, you have little bits of influence extending beyond what I want to allow them to extend. Okay. So doing a little bit of smoothing. All right, so that seems to be a good amount of work for this thing. And I think for just up and down movement and no sliding across the surface, it's not looking bad. So let's move on to the next issue.